The Leviathan Ragnarok from White Label Armory. Let's check it out. Drg Manufacturing has been producing AR-15 parts for the industry for a number of years. Whether it's the barrel, bolt carrier group, upper and lower receiver, handguards, I mean, you name it, Drg Manufacturing has produced it. Now, you probably not heard of Drg Arms, but now they're selling to the civilian market through White Label Armory. Again, this is a full-service AR-15 company that makes every part. Recently, Leviathan Group commissioned their own AR-15 called the Ragnarok. This is actually a AR-15 pistol. It's a very short package. And we're going to take a look at all the different features. There's a number of different configurations of this AR. Plus, White Label Armory has a ton of different choices out there. Whether you want to buy a rifle in itself or whether you want to upgrade your existing rifle or pistol. And I want to thank the guys over at Leviathan for sending the Ragnarok. So here we have the Leviathan Ragnarok. Ragnarok means end of the world in Norse mythology. I mean, it's even the death of Odin and Thor and everybody else. And really, this gun was designed as a bug-out gun, a small truck gun, something that's compact and yet has a lot of power behind it. Well, one thing I want to talk about first is that White Label Armory offers a ton of different parts and setups to where you can take your existing basic rifle and upgrade it, and I think there's a lot of parts on there that you might want to take a look at. Let's check to make sure the gun is unloaded, drop our magazine, pull back on the charging handle, and the gun is empty. They do use the L5 Lancer magazines. These are 30-round magazines. They have the steel feed lips, and these are just excellent quality mags. We also have a flared mag well to get that magazine in there quickly. Now, before we get started into the features, one of the things I definitely want to mention first is that this is a super short barrel for 5.56. And typically, short barrels have problems with reliability. And one of the things about this rifle, straight from the box, is we never had any malfunctions. And honestly, I was surprised. This has a 4.5-inch barrel, which is 1 in 7 twist. It's 4150 chrome moly vanadium, has a nitride finish on it, and it has what they call the micro gas system. I mean, this is a short system. And so I was really looking for a lot of malfunctions. It just ran well. Now, one of the problems with that is you're not going to get the velocities, and we'll talk about that in a minute because we did chronograph it, that you're going to get out of a longer barrel. But definitely it was reliable. And here on the end we do have a flash can that kind of kicks out, makes this about 7.5 inches in total length to the end of the muzzle brake. But it's just an open end, and this thing just seemed to really work well. Now, it has the 7-inch handguard that's M-LOK compatible. You have your Picatinny rails on top. They do have relief cuts all along the top in the holes and underneath, so it just makes this a very lightweight option. Barrel nut is securely fit with these 2 screws that actually go through the barrel nut, and so this gives it a really solid lockup. This thing is not going to move. And the handguard has these little wings here to mate with the upper receiver to keep it from any kind of cant. And guys, while we're specifically looking at the Ragnarok, White Label Armory produces a number of different lengths in these handguards, and so you can go to their website and check it out. It is made from 6061 T6 aluminum with a hard anodized finish that is black, and it weighs just 7.4 ounces, which is really lightweight. Now the upper and lower receiver are 70-75 T6 aluminum, and this is a billet upper and lower. It's matched. A lot of really cool features. Of course, we've got our dust cover. I'm going to pop it up. One thing you'll notice is this has an extended mag release in which it pops out and it makes it really easy to drop. This mag release really does stick out, but it makes it so easy to deploy. And again, this bolt stop, I love having this ambidextrous feature on here. Ambidextrous selector switch that does have a relief cut, so when you have your finger in the firing position, it doesn't interfere. The shell deflector has a kind of a unique angle shape to it, and also with the forward assist. And you'll notice the integral trigger guard that is expanded somewhat. We have our standard bolt release, and again, our selector switch right here. And the takedown pin and pivot pin have a small dimple in it to make it a little easier to manipulate. Now I have one of the SIG Romeo 4s on here with an American Defense quick detach mount. We do have T-marks, but they're not white outlined, but they're marked every other one. Then we have a Leviathan design here at the back. Then we have an extended charging handle, and this has a nice little lever on it, a little bit better than your standard mil-spec. And the bolt release is threaded, so you can just thread in your pin instead of driving a roll pin. And then also back here at your takedown pin detent, it's also threaded. And guys, if you've ever assembled an AR-15, you know that those are 2 points that are just a pain. And you have textured lines at the front of the mag well with the Leviathan logo and Leviathan right here on the handguard. Now they do offer a number of Leviathan models all the way up to 16-inch and then down to 9mm, 308, and you can go to the White Label Armory website to check all those out. But they also offer standard rifles as well. We have an SP tactical brace that is adjustable with a mil-spec buffer tube, 6 position, of course your castle nut. With the back plate, it does have a QD socket. Plus there are QD sockets on the SP tactical brace. It has one of the Magpul Myad grips, small compartment underneath with a little latch. Pull it out, you got your cleaning oil right here. And guys, we want to thank Fiocchi for sponsoring the ammo. I mean, these guys are great. The ammo is excellent. All made right here in the USA. Also, we love our Maglulas, especially when you're loading a lot of magazines. And we're going to shoot the Ragnarok out of this thing. So we took the Leviathan Ragnarok out to the range. Again, with this short barrel, guys, I was honestly expecting a lot of problems. You know, and we shot a lot of Fiocchi ammunition with 0 malfunctions. I mean, these guns just worked. It honestly surprised me. Typically, I like to go with about no less than about 10.5-inch barrel in a pistol because of the gas system. Now, again, you're going to have to sacrifice a little bit with this micro gas system that's in here and this short barrel because you're not taking advantage of all the power that's coming out of the 5.56 or 223. But with that little can at the end, it made it really manageable, made it a lot of fun. We shot about 600 rounds through the Ragnarok. One of the things is, though, because of the short gas system, you need to clean it a little more regularly than you do a standard 16-inch or even 10.5 or 11-inch pistol. Now it does have the SP Tactical brace, and SP Tactical does a great job on their braces. But it gives you 3 different ways to shoot it. You can put it through the brace itself and be able to give you a little more support. You can put the brace on your cheek, and also you can occasionally put it on your shoulder. Now the barrel length being 4.5 inches. And this really short micro gas system. One of the things about that is you're just not burning all your powder out of this barrel. Now, again, let me say that this is the Ragnarok. There are a number of other models that are Leviathan and White Label Armory, and so you can check all those out. But one of the things about the 4.5 inch is that it just doesn't burn all the powder. So we put it on the chronograph and tested it out. So guys, we were getting about 1,650 feet per second, when typical 5.56 is running around 3,000 feet per second. So you're getting about half, but that is what you sacrifice to get this really short barrel. And I know a lot of guys just like those super short barrels. It does make it a lot more compact, especially in a pistol form, or for SBR for that matter. But it definitely is hurting in velocity, which is going to affect your ballistics. So if you're really trying to get out to distance, this is not the configuration. I would definitely go with at least a 10.5 or 11.5 inch barrel, and then possibly go with even 16 if you want to get it out there. but it does make it larger. And with the short barrel, we wanted to test accuracy, wanted to see what we were getting. Now let's take a look under the hood. We're going to push out our takedown pin, bring out our bolt and bolt carrier. Now again, guys, White Label Armory does produce all of their bolt and bolt carriers and all their parts. This really helps with good quality control, especially when you're coming in with the rifle. This is an M16 carrier. You can see that it equals on both sides. This is the way the AR-15 was designed, and of course with the M16, and it's what I prefer. This is a black nitrided carrier, which also I like. Very slick and very durable. Gas key is 4140 steel, grade 8 fasteners, properly staked. And we're going to go ahead and pull out our bolt and check it out. Firing pin is stainless steel. It's 17.4 H900 stainless, and it's dirty. Go ahead and turn our cam pin. The cam pin is also 4140 steel. The bolt is Carpenter 158 steel. It has an H&M black nitride finish on it. These have been MPI and shot peen tested. It does have a billet machined extractor. It's 4140 bar stock. And right here on the bolt, MPI C158, which is Carpenter 158. You don't typically see this identified on the bolt, which I think is a great touch. And here we have the charging handle with the elongated extension, which really helps when you have optics on your AR. And it's also black nitrided. The trigger has been upgraded. It is one of the Schmid tool fire control groups. And we'll test the trigger pull in a minute, but it has a really clean, crisp break, no grit. I mean, it's crisp. It also has a retention screw right down here. And it has the M4 feed ramps, and man, is this thing dirty. And guys, I really wanted to look at the internals because the bolt and the barrel are the heart of your rifle. And honestly, you need to go premium with those two items. Okay, let's check our trigger pull action. Able to take up, nice crisp break. Reset right there, very fast. Check our trigger pull weight with our Lyman trigger gauge from Brownells. 4 pounds, 11.6 ounces. 4 pounds, 14.9 ounces. Guys, this comes in on the premium side with the billet upper and lower receiver 7075 T6. You have flared mag well, ambidextrous controls all throughout, upgraded trigger. Your SP Tactical brace, this is the A3, and they are fairly pricey. Then we have our extended charging handle, the can on the end, free float handguard. I mean, it's just got a lot of great features to it. These run $1,625 on the White Label Armory website. Guys, a lot of times we can get these budget AR-15s, but you sacrifice a lot of the quality that goes into these. Now, as far as pros and cons of the Ragnarok, it's definitely that short barrel, 4.5 inches, which makes it super compact. I mean, this is a really compact package. And to me, that is the appeal of the Ragnarok. Now, for ballistics, it's going to suffer. I mean, you've got a short barrel, 4.5 inches. It's not going to burn all the powder. You're not going to get the velocity up to regular 5.56. And so it's going to be a lot of excess blast. But really, the recoil was very mild. And then, of course, with the short gas system, it keeps it very reliable, but it definitely can get dirty quick. As far as the White Label Armory parts, guys, they are fantastic, and everything functioned very well. The ambidextrous bolt release, the ambidextrous, selector switch was great. I mean, everything about it otherwise was a lot of fun. So you're going to get less velocity, which you're going to get less distance, and definitely it's going to suffer in accuracy somewhat as well. But it's really short, really compact, and guys, this makes an excellent truck gun. Of course, if you're facing Ragnarok, this is going to be a great option, especially up close and personal. So I want to thank the guys over at White Label Armory for sending the Leviathan Ragnarok for this test and evaluation. Guys, if you want to do some upgrades to your existing AR-15, that's a great source. And of course, if you want to go ahead and pick up one of the Leviathan options, there's a number of them. Check them out. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. and pistols. If you ever had to face that situation. Ragnarok is the end of the world as we know it. Ah, it's Ragnarok! And Epstein didn't kill himself.